Hey, well, come back to my Sports Nation channel today this video. Get this straight before we proceed. Salah is probably one of the best players of his generation. His journey from dusty Maghreb, Egypt, to bask under the glowing lights of Anfield has been legendary. He has inspired millions because of his work ethics, humility, and dedication. Greatness isn't perfection. Every legend has got weak points, and it is the understanding of these weak points that makes you appreciate them more. So let's go ahead to really get into it, beginning with one of Salah's most annoying on-pitch tendencies. First, dribbling too much and holding onto the ball for much longer than necessary. The most typical criticism that has been flung to one Mohamed Salah is his over-dribbling. Don't get me wrong, it's a joy of modern football when one can sit and watch Salah outpace defenders with lightning-quick feet. Rather, it's the probability of him having a go at a loss, quite often on so many occasions, rescuing the ball with a second too long spent, while trying to beat one defender about it rather than passing. That habit has cost Liverpool very precious opportunities, especially during counterattacks, when every second counts. More often than not, it seems as if he actually stands in that internal battle between wanting to do something eye-popping for the video reel and a smart team-oriented action. This insatiable thirst for personal brilliance isn't exactly selfishness in the truest sense. It's more like a hero in top-flight football. A moment of hesitation, overcomplication, makes the difference between win-lose. Coaches have talked about it behind doors, and even fans on social media talk about it as well. Should Salah be passing in the important situations rather than trying to do it by himself? Salah's left foot dependency. Whenever you've watched Salah all through the years, you have noticed a pattern. Step inside using that marvelous left foot and shoot. It's the move that has rendered so many goals for him, but one that many defenders have since crafted a mindset and approach to defend against. Well, Salah's canyon of supremacy on his left foot implies he's become somewhat predictable over the last 2 seasons. On his arrival at Liverpool, defenders had no idea of what skill set to confront. The Frenchman's red-hot pace to die for technique and instinct for scoring. Nevertheless, the game is all about evolution. Today, the defenders are mostly forcing him to stay wide, cutting off his angle to the inside, and hence making him use his right foot, which isn't that efficient all the time. Because he doesn't rely heavily on his right does not necessarily mean he can't use it, just means he hasn't pushed for his right so boldly. This play has implications for Liverpool supporters during a good number of games. Salah suffering loads of dull preparation by their defenders behind so-called full, boring backlines. The debate now is whether he can add new traits to his game. For by the time players mature, reinvention is crucial, and more so being one-footed is emerging as a more evident weakness. 3. Lack of defensive work. In modern-day football, in the likes of Jurgen Klopp's teams that press high and relentless, it's a new form of expectation that all outfield players demand to work defensively, even the strikers do. While Salah may dedicate himself to running harder than most forwards in there, his work in a defensive capacity is from his off-thermometer kind, and often leaves glaring patch statistics. Salah lacks the kind of goods that Sadio Mane, whose speed and determination to usually track back are unchallenged, affords, often opting on to stay high up waiting for the counterattack. This is a clever play when it works in their favor, but some of the classiest teams can strangle Liverpool's space itself, since Salah is not so enthusiastic. His reluctance to send back help does not come without its consequences, applying more pressure on the fullbacks of Liverpool, with critics posing the same question on Trent Alexander-Arnold with regard to his defensive liability. However, in various instances, Klopp has been caught on camera during matches frowning with a beat of urgency as he yells at Salah to help more. Though Liverpool want to keep Salah fresh and ready to attack, those kinds of games with slim margins dictate that every player must track back and defend as if life depended on it. Since in considerable clashes, Salah regularly burnishes his effort to keep a counterbalance, something he'll have to address anyway as he ages. 4. Penalty pressure struggles. The penalty is the most psychological aspect of football. It is a battle of wills between him and the goalkeeper, with no teammates or friends helping him. Pressure is purely mental. Salah has been Liverpool's main penalty taker for several years now. He has scored lots of them, but cracks in the armor were coming through. Salah's penalty technique often shows signs of nerves. He tends to change his run-up based on the intensity of the situation, at times looking unsure, hesitant, or even second-guessing himself at the crucial moment. Big misses like Leicester in 2021 are burned in fans' memories. Penalties are a mind game, and Salah, for all his public calmness, exhibits that he heavily feels the weight of the responsibility. It is not just about those misses, it is about body language, those subtle tells that goalkeepers are trained to study. For a player of Salah's stature, that is rare, but it is there. And when you carry the hopes of Liverpool fans or an entire nation like Egypt, every miss weighs even heavier. It is a pressure he has to learn to carry if he wants to forge an even greater legacy. 5. Playing through injury while refusing to rest. Salah's most dangerous habit may not have anything to do with technique, rather it is personal. He is known for his immense application and a will that knows no bounds. But sometimes that determination is pushed into what could best be described as obstinacy. Salah is someone who has always played through injuries, killing his body when others would rest. In the short term, it seems heroic. Fans love it, the team needs it, and Salah himself desperately wants to be on the pitch for whatever game it is. But in the long run, it becomes an extremely dangerous game. Playing when not fit will only put him at risk of worse injuries, decreased performance, and shortened careers. We see glimpses of a slower, less explosive Salah in matches after having received knocks, an obvious indication that his body is not feeling 100%. Given the intensity of the Premier League and Champions League, small injuries become big ones if they are not fully rehabilitated. Much to admire in Salah's mindset, never wants to let anyone down. But should he wish to keep playing at the top until his mid to late 30s, knowing when to step back will become essential. Even the strongest warrior knows when to retreat, heal, and come back stronger. Those habits aren't diminishing Mohamed Salah's greatness. If anything, they make him more of a human, more relatable. Every player has their flaws and struggles, though most of the world would never notice them. What makes the good different from the truly great is, of course, the willingness to evolve and to confront those weaknesses head-on with insightful growth. Salah has already exhibited such fierce adaptability over the course of his career, from a struggling Chelsea reject to a Liverpool icon. And should history tell us anything, it says that Mohamed Salah has the very heart and drive that can turn even the flaws into newly acquired strengths. So, what do you think? Were you surprised by these bad habits? Or do you think they're exactly what's going to make Salah that much more special? Let's engage in conversation about it. Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button if you appreciated this deep dive, and don't forget to subscribe for more football content that goes beyond just highlights. Thanks for watching, and remember, even kings have their battles.